catch it, and we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now here's the first carry for DeMarco Murray. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Second down, Mariota. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. The Seahawks, here's their defensive lineup.
When Bobby Wagner's career is said and done, people are going to look back and say he was an absolute steal in the NFL draft. A Pro Bowl player for any team.
Mariota, and able to complete it to Green Beckham. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
I heard so much about the offense Marcus Mariota ran while he was at Oregon, about how people were just wide open, how he couldn't fail to hit them. But I always said the same thing. He sure as heck didn't miss them very often. Very accurate even on short throws.
Yeah, he can go short, he can go deep, obviously, but he's really good with that short passing game.
Dart thrower, very accurate. Receivers love him.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. Trying to force it to his tight end, Walker, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl quarterback, Richard Sherman. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Now Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Parrish Cox. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. As the Titans settle in here for their drive, let me ask you about what they've got going with this big two-back system in Henry and Murray.
It has been something to watch in preseason. After the first 2 games, everyone in Nashville and Tennessee was wondering, what are we going to call these guys? They have to have a nickname. I've heard Thunder has kind of been the early leader.
What do you like?
I like Slash and Bash.
Okay.
Because of Murray's ability to be the slasher, and then Henry is an outsized basher.
I like it. Throwing, Mariota. Rashard Matthews here on the catch. A good pickup there at 22.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they could do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. And speaking of Kendall Wright, Charles, his head coach Mike Mularkey, he's been pretty frank saying he wants to see more of him on the field.
And that's because he liked what he saw early in camp. Kendall Wright was moving well, catching the ball. They moved him back to his more natural slot position. They really need that hamstring to heal so they can get those big plays. Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down.
And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Mariota, complete to Wright. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Kendall Wright, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And now again, the play clock's going to run out on him. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. They go play action here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. A look at the defensive starters for Tennessee.
Jason McCourty's twin brother, Devin, has gone to multiple Super Bowls. But Jason's carving out a nice niche himself as a cover corner.
A fake to Rawls. Now it's Wilson. No, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there. Well, he just threw an interception last drive, nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of the difference between driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? 'Cause that's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy bounce to it.
You spent some time on some Tennessee country roads.
I certainly have. Plenty of family back there. God love them.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. So on fourth down, here's the Canadian-born punter, John Ryan, to kick it away for Seattle. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Titans with a football here to begin quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. Another pistol look here. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he's brought down. And give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. I always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
That was second down run for Murray. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. On 3rd down, Mariota. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Here's Mariota. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The veteran Andre Johnson, the target on that one. And that'll make it 3rd down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Now Mariota and Walker with it over the middle. And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback.
Here comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And out come the Seahawks. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll come out in the pistol. Throwing now, Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Does the big boy have the juice? And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him. Set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone.
And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. Marcus Mariota with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Titans are able to strike for 6. Suckup for the extra point. got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Following the penalty, it's Rawls. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Give him 30 yards there. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. It's caught on the left side by Kurz. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
First down, this is Rawls. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 14 there. And that'll be good for a Seattle first down.
That's a football play right there. That takes me back a little bit. Toss sweep to the right, get it to your back, get a lot of people out in front, control the line of scrimmage, wide receivers blocking downfield. It almost feels like half the crowd is in front of him, getting it down to the secondary. They have a tough time getting him down.
The intended target, Doug Baldwin, and that'll make it 2nd and 10.
He's thrown one interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. But it does seem that he's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah, it does, and that was a risky throw right there.
Got to be careful about taking care of the ball, making sure you get back within yourself. I mean, those mechanics that they work on all the time, they're there for a reason. Kind of get back to those and maybe tamp it down a little bit.
2nd down following the incompletion. Second and 10. It's Wilson again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Wilson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And able to find Graham, complete. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key 1st down.
A really nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. Now Wilson on 2nd down. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Titans getting set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Complete on the right side to Green Beckham. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Mariota. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. Touchdown, Titans. Dexter McCluster, 104 yards. And the Titans are going to take the lead.
We've sat in a lot of meetings, and they always talk about the offense taking advantage of beginning a half. But special teams coaches don't listen to that. Take advantage with their own unit, and they just did.
Yeah, they trailed in the locker rooms, and they changed that immediately.
I think they drew that one up special. That felt like something he pulled out of his pocket that he'd been holding for a while, and they were able to use it effectively.
And he'll probably wish he reconsidered here. It'll cost him 10 yards now with a new rule as he's down at the 15-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Back to the ground on first. Again, it's Rawls. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
He hits Baldwin right side. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's. And that's exactly what they did there.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's got Lockett. 18 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that 3rd down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a 1st down.
3rd time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on 3rd, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. They set up the screen to Rawls. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
5 yards left for the offense. It's 2nd down. Again, we'll see the pistol here. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting to run. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it'll be 4th down. On is Hauschka now for the Seahawk field goal. And Hauschka's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. A decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Out come the Titans now. They'll come out in the pistol. Mariota going to give it to his fullback. This is Jalston Fowler. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
DeMarco Murray, kiss him goodbye. Touchdown, Titans. DeMarco Murray, 51 yards. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A big play there on the screen pass. 36 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson. And left side here, it's Graham. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. Back now in Nashville. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Here's Wilson to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
1 receiver left, 2 to the right. On 2nd down, Wilson. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now 3rd down. They gotta have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Wilson surveying the field. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Jurrell Casey able to drop it for a loss of 2, and that'll bring up 4th down. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Another pistol look here. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And there's Baldwin. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game. All right, now the Seahawks face a big 2-point conversion attempt. Wilson going to throw for it. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points that gets them back within a field goal. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Murray the lone setback. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Green Beckham has it over the middle. And he's brought down after a good game. It goes as a pickup of 23. And that'll be good for a Tennessee first. Again, we'll see the pistol here. 1st down, Mariota. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's brought down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They go play action here on 1st down. And it's knocked away and incomplete. One of his main targets, Delaney Walker, the intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Throwing, Mariota. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
That's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
3rd and 11, 5 in the secondary now.
Nickel look. Now Mariota, and he's got his man in stride, complete. And here's a big one now, trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. To throw is Mariota. Escaping the pressure right. And no, it's incomplete. play. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, give up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. And leading here late, so a chance for the defense to really close out this game if they can halt the offense. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Jarrell Casey in there to drop it for his 2nd sack now here tonight. So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the 4th with the football. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And the defense lines up looking for one final stop.
And they will be playing for the pass in this situation, not expecting any type of a run.
Back to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the 4th quarter, got to feel pretty good as a defense.
He'll send this up into the Nashville skyline, and it's a good one. Now McCluster. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. They come out here in the eye. On 1st down, Murray. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And on 2nd and 10 now. Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And a short. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Mariota. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller, since that the screen pass was available, whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They'll run it again with Henry. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Well, that was better than the first go-around when he lost yardage, but still nothing there, and that sets up a 3rd and long. Tough spot here.
Put it mildly, sometimes I wonder if some of that old-school football should come back into play. You know what I would think here? Quick kick. Try and change field position, help out your team.
So now a 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary, a nickel look. Here's McCluster. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Fourth down, Mariota. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. And they're not able to convert on 4th down. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Every win is sweet, and I'm sure everybody enjoys a huge victory, but sometimes only winning by 1 score, 2 scores, a field goal, that can feel pretty satisfying too.
Without a doubt, because now you know that your team responds in critical pressure-packed situations. As a coach, as an organization, that makes you feel awfully good.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Titans are winners here as we say so long from Nashville.
everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's game, we have a matchup with two elusive running backs. Both of them can make you miss. There will be a lot of plays on that field. It's LaShawn McCoy going up against DeMarco Murray. With that, let's get up to Tennessee. We're standing by in Nashville, our Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Today, two AFC teams set to do battle as we've got a good one in store between the Buffalo Bills and the Tennessee Titans. On first down, it's Taylor. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. That one goes for 24 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
This is McCoy. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Second down and a little ways to go here. Second and 13. Now it's Taylor. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. And that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. From the gun, it's Taylor. It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They'll indeed go for it. It's Taylor. He's got time. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Second down, 8. Again, it's Murray. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
They go play act, and the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Shaq Lawson, the outside linebacker, drops him for a loss of 6. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Mariota on 3rd and trying for right, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick 6s.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. On the return, here's Bishop Sankey. And he's got room.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. Mariota now to throw on first down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make this a second down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. DeMarco Murray, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Ryan Suckup on for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Now the Bills' offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Shift together here from the D-line. Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. Going to drop this off to McCoy, complete. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Bills will move the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now a 1st down carry here from McCoy. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. They'll run the option left. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Bills in possession. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Now they'll throw with Taylor. Left side here, caught by Clay. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. A dime look defensively here for the Titans on 3rd. Here's Taylor. Eluding the pressure right. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
On 3rd down, he obviously wants to throw the football, but there's nowhere to go with it, so he takes off and goes. And nowadays, to get to the 1st down marker, he blows right past it and picks up big yardage. Partner, that's a great bit of improvisation.
They come out here in the eye. They'll keep it on the ground with McCoy this time. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guys at the cornerback position.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. They'll go again to McCoy. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. So on 4th down, here comes a field goal unit for the Bills, led by Dan Carpenter. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Carpenter knocks it through, and the Bills have taken the lead. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline, somewhat happy.
The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
Mariota, right's got it. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. And the hard count got the defense there. Encroachment and the 5-yard penalty. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. On 4th down, they snap it to Mariota. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
2 minutes remain here in the first. Back to Tennessee after this. They go with Murray again. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. And they're going to speed things up here.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Preston Brown coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Third and long here for Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Shaq Lawson in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So the Titans are forced to punt as Brett Kern is on to do the honors. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Parrish Cox. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. A lot of people call the toss a probing play to see what they can get against the defense, to see how they adjust and react. Their probing's working pretty well. That was a very nice run.
To throw Mariota. He was looking for DeMarco Murray out of the backfield. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
And there's a good opportunity that just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs. Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. Here's Mariota. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Kendall Wright from 6 yards away. And the Titans have once again taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. And now out come the Bills. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 45-yard line.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here's Taylor. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he's brought down. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a Buffalo first down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence. If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though. Huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. The first down line at the 34 here on third down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. And Woods has it complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Larry, thank you. A fairly tight game here as we get set to resume play in this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get it, and they're going to hurry back to the line now. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Now a second down throw for Mariota. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Third and short yardage. Mariota. A bullet throw, but incomplete. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're indeed going. It's Mariota. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of this?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
On second down, Taylor. He's got time in the pocket. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Derek Morgan from his outside linebacker spot. He gets him down here for a loss of 4. And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on third down after that sack.
Let's go!
Now it's Taylor. Backing up. Flushed out right. Taylor hit. He lost the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. He was looking for Dorial Green-Beckham, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
The Bills bring out a couple of extra defensive backs to defend this 3rd down play.
Yeah, they're going dime. On 3rd down, Mariota. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. And after that play, we've got a man down, a member of the linebacking corps. And the medical staff will attend to it. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Here's Taylor to throw, surveying the field. Now he'll escape to his left. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Taylor with a give to McCoy. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. LaShawn McCoy scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Bills have once again taken the lead. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They're going to hurry back to the line now.
One thing I do know about DeMarco Murray, he loves to pile up carries. You know, a lot of backs are concerned about how many they have. Not him. He wants the ball all the time. But so far in this game, that's not working too well, and his team's losing.
He's had a decent chunk of carries. He just hasn't had much success when he's gotten those carries. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Mariota now from the 50, and that's incomplete.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Titans. Dorial Green-Beckham, 49 yards. And the Titans have once again taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
He's got it, and it's now a 21-16 lead. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Now Taylor to throw on second down. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Derek Morgan in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Leonard Hankerson, his intended target. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Colton Schmidt now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Back now in Nashville. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the 4th quarter. Now Mariota. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. Second down, Mariota. Pass incomplete.
But there's no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
The line of scrimmage is the 3 as they look to cash in on 3rd and goal. An extra defensive back in the game here on 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal, Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
And Suckup will put this one right through, and that'll push the lead up to 8. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Taylor. And that is incomplete here. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. And that was incomplete, but I don't know how much of that falls on the quarterback. He was pressured.
Brandon, the rush showed up so fast, the quarterback had no chance to get the ball downfield.
2nd and 10 now. It's Taylor. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to LaShawn McCoy. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. Here's Taylor. Reggie Bush was the intended target. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Colton Schmidt now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. On the return, it's McCluster. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. A gain of 3, second down. Here we go with 2nd and 7. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And quickly, they get to the line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Again, it's Henry. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And he locates Walker, complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now it's a bootleg with Mariota. Dancing to his left. Give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. They'll try to throw now. Mariota. This will be caught at the 2. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Justin Hunter, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. And he puts it through. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And here come the Bills. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Here we go.
Again, now it's Taylor on 2nd and 10. And he will find his man on the outside. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and 10 here.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
He's going to let it fly. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Let's go.
To throw again is Taylor. He's got time. Now a desperation throw. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Robert Woods, 61 yards. And the Bills cut into that lead.
And they put it in the end zone, which was job one. Now they have to convert. And then it's decision time, isn't it?
Yeah, this is what all teams go through. You look at the clock, you're inside 2 minutes, look at your timeouts, make that onside kick decision.
Yeah, how do you feel about your defense, where you are in terms of the scoreboard and the time left on the clock? As you noted, so many things to go through.
And the Titans are going to recover the football. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
And an encroachment penalty here will cost them 5 yards.
And it makes it so simple, doesn't it? An easy free 5 yards for the offense given to them by the defense.
2nd down and the offense needing 5 yards. Back to throw. Oh, it stays up. They'll set up the screen to McCoy. And he's brought down after a good gain. A very solid gain of 27. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. So we've got encroachment, and that's a free 5 yards.
Too easy for the offense. A bit of impatience by the defense on that one.
So following the penalty, now 1st and 5. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. He'll look to throw. And this one complete to Hankerson. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
One man in the backfield. That's McCoy. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. And now they're in the hurry-up. And the D looking like they may blitz.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They'll look to throw. This is caught. Watkins. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep it.
And he gets in just in the nick of time, so they get the touchdown they need. Now they need a 2-point conversion to tie it. So they'll look to convert that and then hold on here in the final minute to force overtime.
And let's check the nerves of not just the guy kicking the ball, but how about the snapper and the holder as well.
Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this 2-point conversion. Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the 2-point conversion to tie the ball game.
Let's go!
Taylor going to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. So they'll line up for the onside kick. 18 seconds to go. And the Titans are going to come up with it. And that should just about do it. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
I'll tell you what, partner, you learn a lot in every game. But when you win a close one, maybe you get to determine a little bit more about the guts of your team if you're the head coach.
It gives you much more than a snapshot now, doesn't it? You get to see the full picture of who your team is, and especially individuals, and how they handle pressure situations.
And then moving forward, you have the confidence that late in a close game, hey, we've been here before. We've done this. We've won this game.
There's a comfort zone that exists now. So instead of them pressing in those situations, now there's an air of confidence and calm, and then you just watch them go out and execute.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Titans are winners here as we say so long from Nashville.
Bass and stills in the building, flash the camera. I'ma drop the hammer. Things done changed the hip-hop, sizzle and Bobby out the slammer. Hip-hop start on the East Coast and then move west down to Bama. I'ma bring it back to New York. Hold on and throw your hands up. Pass me a cup of the in the club with the juice in the get bent out. Then I'ma slide with it to my ride and head up to my penthouse. Oh, I'm not trying to take it slow. Working hard, cake and dough. Open up 24. We striving for that goal. I'll stop and up. See me like milk and Oreos. Dipped inside the audio. Platinum plaques in my portfolio. My lines are finest. They blow your mind like you could do what you wanna do as a group or solo. Boston cold with a bowl of chili. Summer cheesesteak on the roll in Philly. I'm a patriot, don't do a hatred. If you make that beef, I'll smack you silly. Back on up on this. Before you with this, you better walk jumping off the building up. Yes, oh, got the heat up the show. Face up thermometer. I'm gonna take full control. Hey, Paul, let him know. I'll stop for nothing. I will play this game that's so easily started, not so easily parted. Giants, everything is shaking through the walls. 'Cause we are giants.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Here we've got a pair of running backs. We're hoping their number will be called plenty in today's game. It's the Cowboys going up against the Titans. With that, we'll send you up to Music City, USA, and Nissan Stadium in Nashville, my hometown. We're standing by as our broadcast team of Brandon Gotti and Charles Davis.
All right, thank you, Larry. We are across the Cumberland River from downtown Nashville at Nissan Stadium in Tennessee. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Dallas Cowboys and the Tennessee Titans. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now a play fake here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Wesley Woodyard. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Brandon, when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach and talked about how they wanted to begin this game offensively, they talked about their script, didn't they? 10 to 15 plays, the first 10 to 15 they had on their script. Nowhere on the script was there throwing an interception, I have to believe.
Now here goes the former Cowboy star. It's DeMarco Murray. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. And now the defense for Dallas.
When at his best, Orlando Scandrick is one of the top nickel cornerbacks in the NFL.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs. On 3rd down, it comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. Look at the big man rumble. The 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Here comes Sankey. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
2nd down, Mariota. This one brought in by Doyle Green-Beckham. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll force upon them a 3rd and 14.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him.
It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Well, that's the down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
Again, it's Elliott. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Romo. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ikey's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
To me, that's a superior play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they covered things down for him because offensive guys, the linemen, what they're trying to do, as you know, is block the guy at the point of attack and then climb to the next level and get the linebacker. When you're not allowed to climb, you got a free hitter, and that's what we saw there. And a really nice play resulted for them.
Now Fowler, the fullback. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
And it's incomplete. Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on 3rd down. Mariota on 3rd and 2. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Titans with the football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. 9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. Mariota now on 2nd down. This will be caught at about the 3. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Kendall Wright from 17 yards out. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Ryan Succop for the point after. And there's a flag on the field. And his kick is good. Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defensive position, and he just gets taken out.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Now it's Lucky Whitehead on the return. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Cowboys offense marches onto the field, and for them, I think the biggest story this preseason, maybe the biggest preseason story across the league, has been Dak Prescott.
It wasn't that long ago, during the preseason, we were discussing about what Dallas would do for a backup quarterback behind Tony Romo. Would they go out and get a veteran? Would they have to make a trade? Instead, now, we're just about Dak Prescott looking like he solidified himself as the number 2 guy.
Okay, Charles, well, we got a second here. We're creeping up on the end of August. That means fantasy drafts are coming up. I've got my family draft this weekend. I know my father, Bob, could use some help. Who do you like? Who are you taking?
Well, what's interesting to me is how Ezekiel Elliott from Dallas has gotten so much attention leading up to this. But with the preseason where he hasn't played much, I want to see if his value goes down a little bit. But I will tell you this, my sleeper at wide receiver, Michael Thomas, rookie with the New Orleans Saints.
Think he's got big upside this year?
I think he's got big upside. Drew Brees is throwing the ball. Sean Payton's calling the plays. I'd take a good, strong look at him.
12 yards there as they move the chains.
And another reception by Jason Witten, all reliable for Tony Romo. You know what they say, partner? Once you get your first 1,000 catches, it's all gravy after that.
Yeah, one of two tight ends. He and Tony Gonzalez in the 1,000-catch club in the tight end department. A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
But I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
On 2nd down, here's Romo. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. Bye-bye, Beasley. Touchdown, Cowboys. Cole Beasley, 67 yards. And the Cowboys are in for 6. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A run, it's Murray, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And there it was right in front of us. Today's NFL, these guys nowadays, they don't just eat up space. They try and get upfield and make plays in the backfield.
This one complete left side to Green Beckham. 23 yards on the play. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Mariota. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage. Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. They're going to run it with Murray. DeMarco Murray stopped up short on 4th down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. And out now come the Cowboys. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone. It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go. You love pressure. I love it. We'll see if they dial it up this drive. So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store.
to the air they go. Romo on second down. Out left side here to Bryant. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to bring up a third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And they get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on third down. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. From the gun on third down, Romo finding time. Complete to Jason Witten. So 1:56 to play in this first half. Back to Tennessee after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
He's quite an eyeful, isn't he? Big, strong, physical guy. When he came out of school and when I looked at my draft board, I went back through my notes to see how I had him rated. The number 2 back on my board coming out of college. Why? As I mentioned, big, strong, powerful guy, faster than you would think, and has the ability to catch the football out of the backfield, something that we didn't know he truly possessed. We saw that in the offseason workouts. Now he's putting his running ability to good use in the NFL.
And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. To throw on second down is Romo. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Wesley Woodyard in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. So a big sack on second down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for third. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Here's Romo. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Derek Morgan. He's the one to get it this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Complete to right. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. He juked him. And the Titans getting set to go. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors. But overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now a play fake here on first down. And switching gears here a little bit, you know, the players always talk to us about their Madden ratings. And it's Madden release week.
Yeah, they're never real happy about them.
They never are they?
No, they're really not. They always think they're better or want to be better, and they want to see it increase and improve as the season goes along. But just last week, I was at an NFL training camp and heard a couple guys talking about playing Madden. And one guy said, yeah, you just wait till next week when the new game comes out. I'm going to get you. Well, next week is here. Those guys are probably getting ready to go at it real soon.
This is Murray. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Mariota. And Walker with it over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain.
Hey, when Marcus Mariota was at Oregon, throwing to the tight end wasn't much of an option, was it? That spread offense, you didn't have him on the field too much. Now he's got one of the best in the game in Delaney Walker.
Well, last year, Walker led all the tight ends with 94 catches. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Key him. Key the tight end.
10th carry of the game now. Murray. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Now Mariota. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
They'll come out in the pistol. Fourth down, Mariota. And this is incomplete. And with a little breathing room here after the incompletion. I know you and I were chuckling yesterday. How about the reporter asking Jim Caldwell where he would play Usain Bolt? He said, of course, receiver at 6'5".
I think Jim Caldwell knows what he's talking about. 6'5", that type of speed. I'd run go routes all the time with him. And let's face it, the NFL, we've had a history of trying this, haven't we? The Cowboys tried Jim Hines way back when, a former Olympic sprinter.
So are you starting the Bolt to the NFL movement or what?
I would love to see it happen. Wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Pardon me, that defensive win reminds me of something a coach of mine used to say all the time. If you really want it, you'll find a way to go get it. And the defense did exactly that.
On second down, here's Romo. Out left side here to Bryant. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Pardon me, sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. Let's see who's faster.
They'll run with Elliott. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They keep on the ground with Elliott. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They'll get 32 yards there. And the Cowboys are going to get a first down. And now a first down following that long gain. One man in the backfield. Elliott shift together here from the D-line. On first down, it's Romo. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dez Bryant, 26 yards. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And that was just a fly route. There was no stop. He just went.
Yeah, and it was beautiful to watch because You have to set it up as you go along. Everyone knows he's fast, so you play him for that. That's the number one thing you want to take away. But as you go through a game, sometimes you vary the speed in which you come off the line of scrimmage and maybe start a little bit slower, get him to stop his feet a little bit as a defensive back, and then explode and go, as we saw there.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out come the Titans now. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings?
It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. And they're definitely showing blitz here. One man in the backfield, Elliott. He'll get the football here. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a 1st down.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down.
Let's go.
Back now in Nashville. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. First and goal at the 3-yard line now. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Oh, there's no doubt that this is a huge defensive series right here. They've got to hold them to a field goal attempt or less. Otherwise, this game just might be out of reach. Let's see if they can hunker down and get it done.
Get ready.
On 2nd down, Elliott fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. So they tried runs on 1st and goal and 2nd and goal, got stonewalled. Now from here, they've got to throw, right?
I would think so, and I would think you also maybe want to come up with something different in terms of formation. Maybe spread things out a little bit. Even though you're down near the goal line where things are tight, get it spread out a little bit and try and find some room to operate.
Get ready.
On the run, Dunbar. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So now on 4th down, Romo off, Bailey on for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will swell the lead to 16. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, Ben, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So what again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And Matthews over the middle with a grab. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And a really good gain there on the post route. Partner, how do you know to go to that pass?
When you're running the ball effectively and the safety likes to dive up there to try and help tackle, that's when you want to hit him over the top with the post in the area he vacates.
6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down. And they're going to speed things up here. Partner, nothing complicated here. This is just a pretty simple drag route.
You're exactly right, Brandon. Instead of throwing it downfield.
And Hunter has got it. Touchdown, Tennessee. Justin Hunter, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. He'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They go play action here on first down. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Derek Morgan in there to get him for his second sack of the night. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Here's Romo now on second down. And on the left side, he's got Witten. Give him 6 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
A nickel set shown by the Titans on 3rd down.
Thinking pass. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And following that penalty, the offense really backed up now on 3rd down. Third and long here. It's Romo. Going for the deep ball. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. He's going to let it fly. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Now Mariota. And Walker with it over the middle. And he's brought down after a good game. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you? We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. And complete to the tight end Walker, right side. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Orlando Scandrick just took the challenge right there. Find a way to seal the victory, and that's exactly what he did with that interception.
The product of Boise State coming up huge. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get this up only to about the 22. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Give him 7 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Well, certainly a tough loss here, but they've got to move on. I mean,